The European Free Trade Association (EFTA) is an organization set up for promotion of free trade and economic integration with the benefit of its four member states: Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, Switzerland, but these countries were not founding members of this agreement at all. Britain, Sweden, Denmark, Austria, Portugal, Switzerland, Norway were the original seven who signed the Treaty of Stockholm in 1959. EFTA was established as an alternative trade bloc for those European states that were unable or unwilling to joining the European Economic Community that today is the EU. EFTA's current members include Norway, Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Switzerland. As mentioned earlier, EFTA had seven founding members, but today only two of them remain, which are Norway and Switzerland. After the 1970s, Europe experienced a downturn which led to leaders launching of the Single European Act, creating a single market by 1992. The effect of this was that EFTA states found it harder to export to the EEC and businesses. EFTA states began to discuss closer links with the EEC despite its domestic unpopularity. When EFTA's most important member, the UK, chose to leave EFTA and become a member of the EEC, Denmark joined the EEC in 1973. With regards to Portugal, they believe that the European Commission benefited them in more ways than EFTA did. For this reason, they chose to leave in a peaceful manner in 1985.
Come on and let me know.
Norway is a state with a lot of natural resources, such as oil and gas exportation and production, fisheries, maritime transport, and energy-related services. Norway's economy is strong and the unemployment is low, so they see no economic argument in favor of a membership. The Norwegians rejected treaties of accession into EU in two referendums, one in 1972 and one in 1994. Switzerland is the world leader in pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, machinery, banking, and insurance. There's a couple of reasons why the Swiss aren't part of the EU. First of all, they have a long tradition of neutrality in European politics, and this has served them well in the past, so they don't want to abandon their neutrality and participate in EU's military actions around the world. Moreover, they voted in several measurements to prevent further immigrations to bring back immigration quotas, and becoming part of the EU would mean removal of these quotas. In addition, their banking system is very independent, and becoming part of the EU would have them make changes to their laws. Iceland is known for its renewable natural resources and rich fishing grounds. It applied for membership to the EU in 2009 when the economic crisis shook the economy and the Icelandic krona almost lost half its value. Negotiations began in 2010, but in 2013 the process was suspended, and later in 2015 the EU membership application was withdrawn. Iceland's economy is based on fishery and is an important reason why Iceland isn't part of the EU today, because by joining it would mean handing over the responsibility for fishery to the EU. Liechtenstein is highly industrialized and specialized in capital-intensive and research and development. It is a member of the EEA via the EFTA and the Schengen Agreement, but it's not part of the EU since it's a microstate, and therefore it could easily be swamped by immigrants if unrestricted free movement of workers was permitted.
But then, how does EFTA work? EFTA is governed by the EFTA Council and serviced by the EFTA Secretariat. The Council has its headquarters in Luxembourg City, and the Secretariat is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. The Council meets 8 times a year at the ambassadorial level and twice a year at the ministerial level. Each member state is represented and has one unanimous vote. They discuss substantive matters, especially relating to the development of EFTA relations with third countries and management of free trade agreements. The Secretariat provides support for the management of EEA agreements and assists Member States in preparation of new legislation for integration into the EEA agreement. 3 of the EFTA states are part of the European Economic Area. EEA's objective is to extend the internal market of the EU to the 3 participating EFTA states: Norway, Iceland, and Liechtenstein. The rules aim to enable goods, services, capitals, and persons to move freely about the EEA in an open and competitive environment. The 3 participating EFTA states have access to the single market, allowing them to each run their own policies on agriculture, fisheries, home affairs, and justice. EFTA jointly negotiates free trade agreements with partners outside of the European Union. Member States have managed to coordinate a trade policy even though they aren't a customs union. Also, Member States have full rights to enter a bilateral three-country trade agreement if they wish. They do this in order to strengthen their competitive position and increase market access for their products. Through this, they have access to one of the world's largest networks of preferential trade relations. Today, EFTA has 27 free trade agreements covering 38 countries and territories outside the EU.